All right, so I just got done filming Road Angel. It was so fun. Oh, it was so fun. It's excellent. We got the pilot in the can, and as soon as I can reveal where and when the show is going to air, I will. I can't reveal that quite yet, but as soon as I can, I will blow it from the rooftops. You know, one of the things that I noticed was that I was not on social media during that time because I'm working, right? I'm busy. And I did notice that there were a lot of friends of mine that were posting some great material. So I happened to share a post from a friend of mine who happens to be a very famous person because I thought it was brilliant. And not a few minutes later, my friend contacted me. And my friend said, hey, I'm not trying to be awkward here, but would you mind taking that down? Because, I'm just really starting another push in my career, and I'm really nervous about seeing that my fans could potentially see that I'm followed by a psychic or that I interact with a psychic. And this was a little weird to hear from my friend, right? Because I've known this person for over a decade. We are actually good friends, and I read for them fairly regularly. And whenever I see them, it's like old home week. And we share a lot of aspects of our career that are similar. So I got concerned about my friend. So I called my friend up and said, hey, that's fine. I took the thing down, but what is going on with you, man? Because this is a person who believes in ghosts, angels, UFOs, weird stuff. They secretly go to church, but they're afraid to tell their more radical friends. They're afraid to tell their more conservative friends that they believe in ghosts. And they've kind of caught themselves in this weird, I call it the homogeneous celebrity zone. And I've got a lot of really good friends whose job happens to be in entertainment, which happens to make them a celebrity. And a lot of times those folks won't respond to me on social media because they are afraid that talking to a psychic make them look bad, which is super stupid. And they will laugh with me about that, and they'll put it on themselves and say, oh my God, I'm a shallow, terrible person. Please don't take this personally. I'm like, nah, man, I don't. But that's a lot of pressure to put on yourself. So my friend and I talked it out. We're good. We're fine. My friend recommended I do this video as a teachable moment because they came upon some aspects of shame in themselves that they weren't proud about, and they didn't like it. And so here's what it all boils down to. If you are living a life where you're afraid to claim your favorite people in your life or your favorite interests, you're afraid to let your fans or family or friends know who you really are, then the person that you're really letting down there is not your family, your friends, or your fans. It's yourself. You're lying to yourself. You're trying to be somebody out here for people on social media that you're not. And look, I'm not saying you need to tell everybody everything, because that's not true. Everything isn't everybody's business. And quite frankly, people use social media like a vomitous toilet paper and gargle out every gross thing about their life. And please don't do that. I love you, but we don't need to know everything about you. You don't need to know everything about me. Social media, social, is here to share, okay? So taking out the opportunity to completely barf everything in your life out to a grotesque point, it's okay to be who you are. And if you literally are ashamed of the friends you have because you're afraid of what people in your life will think, you've got the wrong people in your life. And mostly, you're not giving yourself a chance to shine your beautiful gifts and talents, to put what universe or God gave you into the world, because you're too busy trying to be this thing that everybody loves. And I have friends on social media that I'm dear friends with, and we never talk on social media. That's fine too. But if you're not responding to somebody publicly because you're afraid of what somebody else will think of you privately, then A, that's either somebody you shouldn't have in your life because they're weird, or B, maybe the person who's judging you shouldn't be in your life. But the fact of the matter is, why are you so worried about being judged as an adult? As a grown-up. Now, there's a lot of people with our social media culture who have taken their own self-importance to a grand level of embarrassment. I'm not kidding. I've got friends who might have 1 million hits on something or whatever, and they are sure that they are the celebrity of the universe, and they've got to watch their fan base, and they've got to watch how they live their life. You know what? I'm just going to be an ass here for a minute. If you're not watching how you live your life, before you get 1 million views on something, then you're a hypocrite and you're kind of an asshat. Because we should all be watching how we live our life all the time, not just because our fans might see or our followers or our family. We should be watching how we live our lives because we should be good people on the earth, not because of how we'll come off, not because it'll be off-brand for us. That was actually the word my friend used. My friend said, if I talk to you and people know we hang out, it'll be off-brand for where I'm going. And we were texting and I texted back, ha, 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 ha. You know, it was hysterical. I couldn't believe it. So let me tell you what's off-brand. Being a pretentious person who pretends to be something you're not. That's off-brand for being human. Okay, way off-brand. I'll tell you what else is off-brand for this time frame we're in, is lying about who you are. Super off-brand. And what's really off-brand is if you only start caring about what people think about you because you think you're being watched. Universe watches you all the time. Your angels watch you all the time. God watches you all the time. Your friends watch you all the time. And if it takes some sort of fame to get your attention to be a good person, then there's something wrong in there. Do you see what I'm getting at here? My friend and I decided that this would be a great teachable moment to encourage everybody to healthily be who you are and healthily bring who you are to the world, because this world needs you. They need to know you hang out with weirdos like me. They need to know that you have diverse interests. They need to know that you're not a one-dimensional cookie. They need to know what makes you tick in the best ways possible, not in the vomitous ways. And maybe sometimes, once in a while, you can share a hard time so that there can be a commonality in overcoming your hard time. But we need to know who you are because you matter and you're important in this time frame. So just be your frickin' self, all right? And I guess if being yourself is somebody who's chronically worried about what everybody else thinks, I guess that's being authentic to who you are. But my guess is you're more than that. My guess is you're more valuable than what other people think. So just be you, okay? And sidebar, if we talk on social media, we do. If we don't, we don't. I know who my friends are. Make sure you know who your friends are. And more than that, make sure you know who you are. Now go kick some ass. Go. Go.